It's time for Captain Radio.
I can see everything. The past, the future, infinite universes branching off forever.
Hello, my name is Abigail Stokely, and I voice Andromeda.
Hi, Abigail. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Doing great. So tell me, what was it like doing this production?
Well, it was a lot of sitting in my closet, recording onto my cell phone, and then listening back and trying again.
This was a little special, wasn't it? We did something a little different than, say, a normal podcast. We did it all virtual. What was that like for you?
Well, it was mostly just a lot of waiting to hear how things sounded and once everything got put together. So I enjoyed reading the scripts and practicing my part and then recording my part all on my own. That was fine. But I was really always just looking forward to hearing the episodes when they came out and they had been mixed together.
Oh, I love it. So did you... So I'm just curious, what was your method for that? Because like you said, you didn't hear everyone else's how they were acting, right? We did one reading through the scripts, and we were like, okay, here it is, and you kind of got a vague sense of how people were going to read stuff. But what was your method of trying to understand what was going on?
Oh, I think the script was written pretty well. You could anticipate how the other characters might deliver their lines. And so I think I did, when I did my recordings, I think I gave a couple of different styles for a couple of my lines so that Johnny could pick if he wanted something bigger or smaller in those particular moments. But for the most part, I just recorded what made sense to me upon reading the script. And I think it worked out great listening to the first couple episodes.
Whatever you're planning, Dr. Orban, you'll never get away with it. Captain Radio is no doubt on his way here at this very moment. You may as well surrender now.
Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? When did you start acting? When did you decide that this was kind of your thing for you? And what else do you do acting-wise?
Well, I have always enjoyed acting. I've always enjoyed performing. I like using my voice a lot. I've always sung, a lot of musical theater in my background. And during COVID, at the very beginning, the library group that I'm part of a book club. And so I got to know some of the folks at the library pretty well. And during COVID, we decided we wanted to offer story time virtually, especially for little kids. And so a bunch of us started reading chapters of various books on our phones or whatever recording devices we might have. And that was when I really first started doing any sort of voiceover work. And it was all, of course, volunteer and really sweet just for our community. And then during that same time frame, you reached out to me to ask if I was interested in reading for this sort of podcast radio show. And of course I said yes, because I love to do characters. And I was just so excited to, once I read the script, I thought it was a lot of fun and I wanted to hear how it would all come together and I wanted to be a part of it.
What was the kind of challenges that you actually faced recording this, because you had to do it from home, right? Was it in this room that you're currently in?
Yeah, just my closet right over there.
In the closet. All right. I love it.
Well, I'm sure everybody who decided they wanted to do something audio or some sort of audio thing, they all found out very quickly that they should be in a closet, because we are not in a professional recording studio or a booth or anything. And so you can cut down on the echo and you can try and get a higher quality recording out of whatever tech you have around. And for the purposes of our show, for example, and other things that I saw friends doing, it was like, oh, we'll put a sound effect on it, or we'll put a reverb on it, or we'll put something on it when we're editing it, and try to make all of the voices sound like they could possibly be in the same world, even if the quality of the technology that you were recording on was very different from someone else in the group, for example. I think I've actually never recorded in a professional. Well, no, that's a lie. I've been in a couple of booths, and they're a lot better than what I did at home. But I know I was not alone, and everybody was just sort of making do, and also experimenting. It was just trying something new.
Andromeda, you knocked it out of the park. I gotta
She's
say.
fun.
What was the best part about this character for you?
Oh, trying to pretend like I was Katharine Hepburn, basically. Katharine Hepburn's voice was my inspiration for Andromeda. Please don't tell me how close I got or how far off I was. But when you told me about the setting and how it was supposed to feel like a radio show, like a serial radio show, and I asked you and Johnny what kind of a sound you wanted, you seemed pretty happy about sort of that New England accent. So that was a lot of fun. That was one part that was really, really joyful, was trying to maintain a cohesive accent throughout the project. And then also just getting to read. I mean, it's cool when people share their creativity. And so getting to read the script that Johnny had written, and to share in a project that's all just, clearly a passion project for you guys, was just fun. I like being a part of the creative process.
Well, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. Is there any last comments you want to make about anything?
Well, just thank you so much for being creative, being brave, putting your stories out there, and bringing other people in like me to get to enjoy this experience and be creative and have fun at the same time. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next adventure of Captain Radio.
I hope so.
Be sure to check out the adventures of Captain Radio on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. In the meantime, you can go like and follow Obscure Studios on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or head over to our website at obscurestudios.net.